I have a friend and a mentor who talks about how this body is just a meat suit, giving me a vehicle to operate and live in this world, to be present here on earth. But that is not all I am. And today's lesson reminds me a lot of that, because we are starting to really come into the spiritual ideas around the fact that we are not just our bodies. And the reason I say that, before I tell you what today's lesson is here for ReWired, is that when we forget that we are so much more than this body, so much more than this mind that runs on a hamster wheel, we forget that we have infinite possibility. And part of today's lesson is reminding us that when we forget, then we are separated from love. So today is lesson 68 of ReWired, 365 days of daily practices for the spiritually curious high achiever. This is my adaptation of the Course in Miracles to help you learn how to rewire your brain. You, the high achiever who has created so much in your life, but maybe seeking for a little bit more depth, helping you to rewire your brain for miracles. So today's lesson is love holds no grievances. Yesterday, we were reminded that we are created as love is. Love created us as itself. And today we are taught that love holds no grievances. This really harkens back to the lessons that led up to here, reminding us that the focus on what other people are doing wrong or what we're doing wrong creates a sense of separateness. Now we're pulling that back into love today and recognizing that when we hold these grievances over other people, that we forget love, and therefore we forget who we are at our very, very core. Because Source, Universe, God, it is not actually holding a right or wrong of anyone. Now, again, like yesterday, this may be very difficult to really hold on to if you have been brought up in a world of heaven and hell, of right and wrong in that capacity. So bear with me, keep on coming back and explore these ideas. Allow yourself to exit the cave and see that there's another way of seeing, one that may bring you closer to the holiness that is yourself. So when we hold these rights and wrongs over other people, when we focus on these grievances of the world, we truly do separate from ourselves, because we see other humans as separate from us, as below us, when we are all one. And we all hold our shadows, and we all hold our gifts. We all have our own individual and unique medicine that is meant to be here in the world, that has been programmed out and shamed for so long. And the more that we hold grievances over others and over ourselves, the more that we don't see that we too are love, that we are creator. We don't see ourselves as worthy of that level of amazingness that we actually are. So ask yourself, would you be willing to let go of holding on to all of those grievances, of all of those needing to be right, of wronging others, if you knew this were true? Maybe you don't think it's possible, but today's practice is meant to bring you to the idea that it is possible, that you can. So we begin today's extended 10-minute practice in the same way that we have with your breathing exercises that I have taught you. And searching your mind for those whom you may still hold those grievances over. Maybe they're ones that have come up in our previous practices. Maybe it's new. No matter what, it doesn't matter. Search your mind for those. Some of them will be very easy to find. Others you may need to search around for a little bit more. Some may be very minor. Some may be big and huge. Allow whichever ones come to your mind to come to your mind without questioning. These grievances have left you feeling alone in the universe. It has skewed your perception of yourself. And now your entire goal is to determine to see all of these people as friends. This is much like the Ho'oponopono practice. With each one of these people, I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are a part of me and come to know myself. I would see you as my friend, that I may remember that you are a part of me and come to know myself. Spend the remainder of the practice period trying to think of yourself as completely at peace with everyone and everything, safe in a world that protects and loves you in the same way. And at the end of the practice, I want you to remind yourself, love holds no grievances. When I let all of my grievances go, I will know I am perfectly safe. Throughout the day, you may shorten this and just remind yourself, love holds no grievances. Love holds no grievances. I have more to say about all of this, but today I want to leave you with this. Because as we learn to see this part of it, we can start to learn how we can be the example of the change in the world that we want to see. So thank you for showing up. This is ReWired. I am Jamie O'Connor, your guide. If you are just coming upon this video, you can get the daily practices by going to inspiredfocus.co/rewired. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow for day 69.